Welcome to New York!
So it's the final hours of New York Comic Con 2014, and I've reviewed a couple of Play Arts Kai toys, but I've never spoken to anyone related to Play Arts Kai. So we're going to break that barrier down right now here at New York Comic Con. Kaboom! If you could introduce yourself to the audience and just what you do in relation to Square-Enix.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Kelsey Britt. I'm Square-Enix's merchandise coordinator, so I work in sales and distribution for Square-Enix. I also get to do a little bit of creative work, and obviously I come here to the events and work the show.
Awesome. Well, you guys have been a presence here for a couple of years.
Yes.
And I think this may be the largest booth I've seen for you guys in my own time here at New York Comic Con.
This is definitely the largest booth that we've had in the past few years that I've been with the company. We had a lot of prototypes we wanted to bring this year, and we also had a really exciting event this year inside of our booth, which was an autograph session with Tetsuya Nomura, the character designer from many Final Fantasy games, and also the creator of Kingdom Hearts.
And he's also like very much the style of Play Arts Kai that we see in these figures.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely been sort of like the driving force behind the Final Fantasy aesthetic, and so definitely he has been a huge part of influencing merchandise, and in tandem with that, he's begun designing some figures for us, including a variant of Batman, Catwoman, and even Hatsune Miku and Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah, the variant Play Arts Kai figures have definitely been they've been a resurgence of interest just on the whole scale, I think, because some of them are pretty crazy. Like the Batman design has caught a lot of eyes because a lot of people are going, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
He's got two big arms over the shoulders, and so do you, in the case of the variant Play Arts Kai, I'm not sure how much you can speak to the process, but is it a case of just passing like the name and a basic description along, or is there a large research period for that before he gets going?
Yeah, actually that's a really interesting question, because the variant Play Arts Kai is obviously designed by our Japanese designers, and so some of the more finer points of the characters are not well known in Japan.
Yeah.
So what we do is we kind of give them like a fact sheet from the US side, and we go over that on our side and kind of give them the most important parts that they need to know about each character. And then we say, okay, you absolutely must have this and you absolutely can't do that, and then they use that as a basis for what they want to do, but you know, ultimately it's their inspiration, so they make the final choices when it comes to concept, and of course we work closely with each licensor and make sure that they have approval on every single concept as well.
Okay, so the licensors have a bit of a hand in that process as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We do everything with the complete cooperation and feedback from our licensing partners.
Well, you guys have been doing a whole lot with DC of late, but I noticed that it seems like you guys are now working with Marvel as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of our more exciting reveals at the con, because I know since we've done so many amazing DC figures, the Marvel fans have been feeling left out for years. And obviously it's been something that we really wanted to do. So with our Marvel variant Play Arts Kai line, we're looking forward to breaking down another barrier and bringing Marvel to the fore.
Breaking down barriers is what we do here at New York Comic Con.
Exactly.
So you guys also have, of course, like a large selection of Final Fantasy related stuff. You've got your whole ton of Batmen.
Yes.
The Batman throughout the ages kind of thing. Now, I myself hadn't seen a lot of that yet, so that was very interesting to see in person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that kind of like the old Legends of Batman idea of like what it would be like throughout the ages?
Yeah, well actually it's really cool because that was a concept that was created in our American office by one of our employees. So the Timeless series, as it's being called right now, is the idea is that Batman has always existed throughout time. I know that there are some Elseworlds Batman where like you know, Bruce Wayne himself is slipping through time and assuming the Batman mantle, but this is more like, okay, there was always a Batman, just like, you know, like it's a legend, it's a fate. So that's the idea with that concept.
I was really smirking at the Spartan Batman. The way that the bat ears are worked in there was rather cute with the double mohawk.
Yeah, I love that.
And of course, you guys have got stuff going on with Halo and various other licenses. But overall, I've noticed like it seems like Play Arts Kai has in the last, I'd say 3-4 years, been getting more and more ambitious with each release in terms of how much is packed in. Like the general price point of a Play Arts Kai has gone from an expected around $50-$60 to more like a $90-$120.
Yeah.
Do you guys have you guys been having any trouble with folks who are looking for the old $50 Play Arts, or?
I mean, definitely there are still people who want us to do that $50 price point Play Arts Kai. But you know, we have to balance the cost of the figure in terms of manufacture. And as they get more detailed, we try and make them bigger and pack in more accessories, but that does mean that the price point has to go up as well, because everything is hand painted, so it does cost quite a lot to do as much detail as we do. I know that the $50 price point was really sweet for a lot of people, but if you look at the detail and the sculpting and the paint, you really will see that you're getting your money's worth.
But you'd say, like, for instance, folks, if there really is like a call for the $50 thing, just keep mentioning it when they can to show the interest is there. Maybe sometime in the future, some kind of product might appear for that.
Yeah, that much I can't speak to, because the price point is determined figure to figure, so it really depends on the level of detail and the size of the figure.
Well, with your manufacturing process, these are very detailed figures, especially the paint masters. And would you say these are test shots we're seeing in some cases here?
I'm sorry?
Would you say these were some test shots we're seeing in some cases?
Actually, all of the sort of final paint ones will be used as the guide for the paint prototypes, and then of course we need to use them to create the injection mold to make the final product. So these prototypes are very delicate and priceless because they need to be used in order to make the final product. Yeah.
Well, with a mass production process for something that is so detailed, and as you said, a lot of hand painting going on, was there much of a learning process on the production side, being able to smooth out any bumps in there, figuring out ways to do these kind of paint apps on a larger scale?
Yeah, well, I can't speak to that in too much detail, but I know that it's definitely been a learning process from both ends, and we're just trying to improve with each run.
Awesome. Well, a lot of the stuff here, it's either out or it's on the way out. And outside of the Marvel things, we've got Spider-Man and Iron Man from Marvel.
Yep.
Of course, I'm not going to push you too much for any other info. I'm sure you can't quite say yet.
No, I can't quite say yet. But if you stay tuned to our Twitter, then we'll be sure to announce anything that we can say as soon as we can say it.
But it's got to be pretty exciting to have Marvel and DC characters under the same stable, like under your house name here.
Oh yeah, it's definitely very exciting, and it's a rare opportunity. So we're very lucky and we're very grateful. Is
there much difficulty when working with two competing comic companies like that? I know that with Lego, for instance, once they had both licenses, there was a bit of a careful line that had to be left, that these are the DC superheroes, these are the Marvel superheroes, and they couldn't really cross-pack them together. Was there much difficulty on that end?
No, we have items that are from different licenses that are competing all the time, even with our own Square-Enix properties. We do figures for sort of competing properties from the Japan market. So we want to make sure every licensor is happy, and we make sure that we, are listening to them and are listening to their feedback. But so far, we have a really good relationship with everyone, and we want to make sure we protect that. So I think that we're not having too much difficulty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess just to finish off, you guys had an exclusive here, the metallic Deathstroke.
Yes, that's right.
How have things gone with that? Like, just as a show floor entity, how have things been going for you guys?
It's been going pretty well. A lot of people are coming up really excited. They saw it on the website, or they saw it on Twitter, and they're like, I gotta have that metallic Deathstroke. So we're really excited to bring the Deathstroke figure here.
And I mean, just in general, this Comic-Con, I think, must be the most packed New York Comic-Con I've seen to date.
It's probably the biggest one that I've seen, definitely.
Did you guys have any moments on that Thursday, seeing that not usual Thursday crowd, kind of the deer in the headlights moment of, oh, okay, well...
It was a little scary for a minute there, but we pulled through.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much for your time.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on with, especially the variant Play Arts Kai stuff. And it sounds like that's going to be a regular thing for the foreseeable future.
Definitely. We're really excited about the variant Play Arts Kai line.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time. And
Thank you so
have
much.
a good final hours of New York Comic Con.
Absolutely. Thank you.